If you call a woman, African woman, no go gree. She go say, I be lady, yo. If you call a woman, African woman, no go gree. She go say, I be lady, yo.
Asachide and sa. Bretufo and sa. To all of our ancestors near and far, in sa, in sa, in sa, those known and unknown, in sa, in sa, in sa. My name is Nana Ama Chemfua, surgery priestess of the Akan tradition. I'm here to honor my sister Risikat and to bring an opening to her celebration of life. We have come here to honor and celebrate our beloved cat who stood and held space for us all. Risikat breathed life into everything she touched. We all had a pleasure to love and adore her. She is our muse, our tempest, our strongest push. We ask you to bring her energy, feel her energy as I pour this libation in honor of her and for everyone who is in this room and everyone who is not in this room, that wanted to be in this room, to stand up, to cry, to smile, and rejoice for witnessing the life of such a beautiful and powerful, insightful being. Risi is a force, and because we know energy cannot be destroyed, let us rejoice in the spark that Kat left in all of us. Because of her, we most definitely are. I would ask that you call your family ancestors, your community ancestors, and also your global ancestors to come and join us in this celebration of Kat. Daddy Brown, Grandma Melta, Browne-Dennis, Uncle Winston, Francis Cress Welsing, Malcolm X, Fela Kuti, all of the family members, Risi's mother, Risi's sister, Lil Soso, Gail. To the Nana Nome, bless everyone here, the spirits of the north, the spirits of the south, the spirits of the east, the spirits of the west, above and below, to our beloved cat, Ashe.
I greet everybody today. My name is Baba Odutola, Orisagbemi, Eegungbade, Isanyemi, Egbelade. I was Risikat's Babalawo. I'm an Egungun priest and I'm also an Egbe priest. So today, I will do invocation. The invocation will call upon all the spirits from north, south, east, west. They will call upon not only her own personal ancestors, but to all the Orisha who guided her. I will also give explanation of her name. So please, everyone be patient with me. She was my friend. She was my student. She was my anti-ratchet superhero, for those of you who know. Orumila ifalukun sene ade lady queen. Ajije ogun amaram we. Abelojoko mere lakpa. Akikiti be rinfa. Ancestor sebiega. So we ask Orunmila Ifa to come, the deity of wisdom, to come and express this wisdom about our dear friend, our dear sister, and our dear daughter. Iba Tamara lọ́jọ́ ní, iba láàrún, iba wọ̀ọ̀rún, iba ríwá, iba gúúsù, iba ilẹ̀, iba aṣọ ọ̀dàrà, iba ẹgún ìdílẹ̀mí, iba bàbá, iba yèyé, iba olúwo, iba tótótó. Mọ́júbà bàbá Ọbàtálá àríṣánlá, ọ̀ṣálá abalọ́fún ọba mọ́lábálàṣẹ, mọ́júbà Egungun, mọ́júbà Jòwòrò, mọ́júbà Turúpọ̀nà yẹ̀kú, mọ́júbà Ìwòrí ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀kú, mọ́júbà Ọ̀sáròsùn, mọ́júbà Orunmila Lẹ́rìpé, mọ́júbà Yẹ Ọ̀ṣun, mọ́júbà Àbàsàngọ̀ Kábíyèsí Ọbákọ́sọ, mọ́júbà Yẹ Àyà Àgán, mọ́júbà Ìbejì, mọ́júbà Bá Ògún, mọ́júbà Bá Ọ̀ṣọ̀sì, mọ́júbà Yẹ Mọ́jà, mọ́júbà Ọ̀lọ́kún, mọ́júbà Àràbà, mọ́júbà Àkórà, mọ́júbà Àṣẹ̀rà, mọ́júbà Gbọ̀ngbọ̀n, mọ́júbà Jùbọ̀nà, mọ́júbà Àṣàòjé, mọ́júbà Yẹ Àgàn, mọ́júbà Bàbá, mọ́júbà Yèyé, mọ́júbà Yẹ Àmì Òṣùnùgà, mọ́júbà Ẹgbẹ́ Ọ̀run, mọ́júbà Ìyálóde, mọ́júbà Bàbá Ẹlẹ́rìíkọ́, àṣẹ, àṣẹ, àṣẹ. Tí wọ́n bára góní bẹ̀rẹ̀ bòròbòrò sílẹ̀, ọmọ wa fẹ́ jẹ, ọmọ wa fẹ́ mu, ọmọ àfìdìbàlẹ̀ lẹ̀, adífọ̀nà sọ̀rọ̀ bàtí kárí ayé, kó sí ohun tẹ̀lé nǹkan lè ṣe, tó bá sọjọ́ wa sọ dá, àmùkà tútù àṣẹkọmọ bí òye, kó sí ohun tẹ̀lé nǹkan lè ṣe, ìṣẹ̀lórúngà, àmójú tì ní à ń lọ. So we pray to Olódùmarè, God Almighty. There's no season without Olódùmarè. There's no happening without the works of Olódùmarè. So we pray that Olódùmarè will bless us all in this room. Abede awo ekira difa funkira tim funjojo mo se waseti abe modelo ni awo ekira eru mare mo jisasitilaye. So we pray to Osetua, the Odu of the feminine power of Oshun, that all magnificent things will continue to manifest forevermore. Obubuye agbogbo mariwo tuwo eseruba bingbing eru owo pepeye iba baba mi o baba mu re onsa se isagbin agbojo eyi ofun kan lawo ku o eyi fu kan wo eje baba mi mu re onsa se isagbin agbojo ara de gboluke omo nsi kebe ni tutuma baba mi mu re onsa se isagbin agbojo isagbin baba bi lobi mi iba gade lolodo baba bi lobi mi obubuye bobo mari otu o eseduba bingbin eru owo bepeye okan kange buti kangon beni kange ganga babalawe gugu lo difafo gugu abala ni jo ti otu re olorun baye eropo erofa inkomo pe egungun ni amuwagun awo il est mon père, Risikat Iyabo, Sagokemi, Okunshola Ifa Jambola Okedeyi mon père, Risikat Iyabo, Sagokemi, Okunshola Ifa Jambola mon père, Iba Tototo. Our friend, Risikat Iyabo, Sagokemi Okunshola, Ifa Jambola Okedeyi, Oma Iya Rashidat Ayanna Olufuwa Okedeyi, Ati Baba Segun Kamorudin Okedeyi, cultural architect, professor, and goddess. My sister, my friend, my confidant, and my omoawo. In the philosophy of the Yoruba, there are many cultural principles that each human being must live by, and I will focus on just two of them. Isheshe Lagba, one's tradition and culture is best. It is in the sacred Odo Ifa of Osa Olayan, or Osairete. It says the flood has no hole. It uses its mouth to dig the ground until it reaches the red soil. This was the Ifa cast for Ishese, or traditionalism, who has the highest form of worship. One's mother is one's Isheshe. One's father is one's Isheshe. One's Ori, or divine guide, is one's Isheshe. And Oludumare is one's Isheshe. Isheshe is first propitiated in Ife before receiving all blessings. So let us propitiate Isheshe, the father of all propitiations. Ifa says that in the sacred Odu, Osairete, that tradition is what's needed to have alignment in our lives. Tradition gives us order. Tradition teaches us to respect and honor our parents, elders, our destiny, as well as Oludumare and Orisha. If we are looking for alignment, it is a sheshe we should search for. When one seeks one's culture and traditions, is what gives one's direction. The second is the principle of Omuluabi. Omuluabi is the set of 8 principles of moral conduct demonstrated by an Omuluabi in which she exhibited. With the most fundamental of these principles being Orosiso, which is sound speech, Eteriba, which is respect, Inurere, which is good mind to others, Otito, which is the truth, Iwapele, gentle conduct, Akinkanju, which is bravery, Ise Sise, which is hard work, and Opolopipe, which is intelligence. In the essence, Omuluabi is the paragon of excellence in one's character. How many of you can say she exhibits all of those and then some? Okay. It is when a child is born that there are 2 things that are sought out: the Akosejaye, or the Esantaye, and one's naming ceremony. 3 days after the child is born, what we do is the ceremony that is done after the child has arrived. The Akosejaye is the divination which is cast to know the child's destiny and to know who this spirit is and why they are here. It is believed that each child was given an ayamo, a purpose, and a path before leaving Orun, or heaven, for the earth, and that the Akosejaye had to be performed early to prevent the child from forgetting its purpose, and so it wouldn't be lost. The Yorubas, who strongly believe in the act of reincarnation, also use this as an opportunity to check if the baby is one of their ancestors coming back in another form. Next is the naming ceremony. It is derived from the information in which the Oduifa, which was cast, gives many details of the do's, don'ts, and taboos, which we call ewo. Taboos are called ewo. It informs the parents of what the child needs to cling to or avoid in order to have successful sojourn here on earth. The name is then derived from the messages of the Oduifa, the birth circumstances, the family oriki, and or the family orisha, and any pet name the parents and grandparents choose. The names which are given detail the destiny of the child so they will never forget their purpose in life. So let us explore the names of our dear friend and sister. Risikat, many know you as Kat or Risi. They associate your legacy and your many accomplishments through your company, Little Soso Productions, appropriately named after your beloved sister, Sofiat or Okedeyi. Risikat means someone who has wealth and who lives in happiness or peace. Risikat means, it's an Arabic name. It is feminine. It is a feminine name that means sustenance, provision, source of livelihood, unending wealth. The length and depth in which she shared her unending wealth, her tools for peace, with an open invitation to her livelihood as a creator, and how she would provide sustenance to feed the many. May you all cherish her forever. As I earlier stated, the Yoruba strongly believe in the act of reincarnation. It's not there, but it's here. Iyabo, short for Iyabode, mother has returned, or the mother reincarnates, is a name given to a female child after her grandmother's death, paternal or maternal. The deceased elder is believed to have reincarnated. I ask by showing of hands, how many of you can attest to her motherly love in your life? Please raise your hand. If you didn't raise your hand, then you didn't know her. Sango Kemi. Sango takes care of me. Or Sango cares for me. Sango, as a leader of the king of the Oyo Empire, loved his loyal subjects and was despised by many because of his care and concern for the people. She had friends, she had lovers, and she had enemies, plenty of them. Why? Because they just haters. Stop hating on success, okay? She cared and cherished for many through her direct leadership and guidance. She led like a king in a royal lapa, but we all know she is the queen, and many could not handle the impact of her reign. The care in which Shango shared with Risikat through unapologetic leadership leads me to ask you, will you continue to carry the spark that electrified your life through Risi's undaunting leadership? If you agree, raise your hand. How and what will you do with it to carry out her forever lasting impact on your life and the entire world? Okunshola. Everybody, you all collected a cowrie shell on your way in, correct? You're going to take that cowrie shell and you're going to pray to it. This is your sending off message to your friend, your sister. When you are finished, you will drop it on the way out in the same place where you collected it. Okunshola, Olokun, the deity of the ocean. We know the ocean is vast. Olokun makes me wealthy, or to have nobility. Olokun, the deity of wealth, whose wealth is as vast as the ocean is deep. Risikat's wealth of knowledge about the cultural, spiritual arts, herbal medicine, and literature allowed her to share her wealth across oceans from the DMV to Lagos and beyond. Ifajambola, as she moved closer to her traditional culture, as she received the hand of Ifa, the name Ifajambola came. Ifa will assist me to meet my wealth. When Risi made a choice to embrace the wisdom of her ancestors through the sacred wisdom of the Yoruba known as Ifa, this broadened her knowledge to know that Ola, or wealth, is not just material items, but through the unity of her Imma, which is her knowledge, and her Ogbon, which is her wisdom, combined with the organizing of the people, she would see unending wealth. You all are an example of her unending wealth. Okedeyi. We've had many times to talk about this story. Oke means hill or mountain. De, to cover. Yi, around. If you know that her family was from the area in Ogun State known as Abeokuta, I will explain what that means. As an indigenous of Abeokuta, Ogun State, Nigeria, Risikat's ancestors gathered around the hills and mountains of Abeokuta, which means under the rock. Abe meaning under, and Okuta meaning rock or stone. The most famous of those hills was Okealuma. This area served as a stronghold of caves and shrines for those fleeing from the Ibadan and Dahomey slave hunters after the demise of the Oyo Kingdom in the 19th century. With their presence as large as a hill or a mountain, it would only be in her nature to surround, cover, and protect those whom she loved from the outside negative forces. How many of you could say you felt protected around Risi? Raise your hand. If you didn't know her. She was constantly protecting you all. How many of you did she provide refuge from cultural appropriators, of people who do not have your best interests in heart? If she managed you, if you were a part of her event, did she not keep you away from those who did not mean our culture well? In fact, she spoke up about it. I ask all of you to take the cowrie shell that you received when you walk in, and as you hold that sacred symbol of Yoruba wealth or currency, because it's wealth, it's a form of money. Take the shell and speak your prayers for Risikat's sojourn to the abode of her ancestors in Ikole Orun. As her wealth was vast, may your prayers be your token to aid in her departure. Upon departing, place it in the calabash on your way out. In closing, I leave you all with a prayer verse from her personal Odu, which signify her relationship with her ancestors and her Egbe or her comrades in heaven. That Odu Ifa was Iwori Oreku. Iwori and Oyeku. Iwori Oreku. Olori akewe kirebi. Agba isesu kirajo bi mobarajo. Tani yo wole mi demi. Omo emi ni wole deni. Adifa fun olo iko. Tisho olori Egbelade orun. Momo sosun gele Egbe je. Momo sosun folori Egbe. Momo sosun fila Egbe je. Momo sosun folori Egbe. Borokini orun Egbe mi tayenten lo. Borokini orun kije ti taye ote. The youth leader must not travel too far from home. The elders must not travel far from their subjects. And if I traveled, who will watch over me to take good care of my house? It is only our children, our sons, and our daughters that are ready to take good care of the house for us. If our divination was performed for Oloiko, the leader of Egbe in heaven, what did I use to purchase? Plenty of osun or camwood, 7 different type of gele or head tie. So for all of you who have on the purple sash, she used her money to buy multiple gele head tie. I give it to my Egbe. You are all her Egbe on earth while she's being received by her Egbe in heaven. The cap that The cap that I purchased for my Egbeje, I use it to buy camwood for my Egbe, my comrades of heaven, my heavenly mates. Please support me. Don't let me down. Iwori oreku, egugu kokbodo, na babalao na agbodo, sa kijo fun egun. Adifa fun oloiko, tishe olori Egbe lode orun, borokini orun gbami tayenten lo, borokini orun kije, kitaye ote. Egungun, or the ancestors, must not beat an Ifa priest. Babalao must not run away or be scared of Egungun. As an Ifa priest, I cannot be scared of my ancestors. And my ancestors cannot beat me because they know I have a sacred job to do. Divination was performed for Oloiko, the leader of Egbe in heaven. The leader of Egbe, the leader of the heavenly mates from heaven. My heavenly mates, comrades of heaven, come to my aid. Please support me. Don't let me down. You all showed up. You did not let her down. And as her Egbe in heaven will collect her, they will not let her down. Family, continue to speak her name for many generations after this, because she will be one of the strongest ancestors you have in your cachet. In Ifa, we don't cry when someone passes away, because we know we will always be able to be in contact with them. Instead, we chant Iyeri Ifa, and I close with an Iyeri Ifa from her own Odu Ifa. Aburu Aboye, Aboshise.
Egungun wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ ná babaláwo. Ẹgbẹ̀rì wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ dé gbàlẹ̀ o. Bẹ́gbẹ̀rì bá dé gbàlẹ̀ ńkọ́. Ọ̀pá ní ọ̀pá atọ́kùn rẹ̀ jẹ́ babaláwo. Àwọn ló díwá fún pẹ́pẹ́yẹ. Ó lówó wa bù fágùntàn o. Níjọ́ tí wọ́n ń ṣòwò ọ̀jẹ́ lọ sí òde ọ̀jẹ́. Ni wọ́n ní kí wọ́n kálẹ̀ ẹbọ ní kí wọ́n wá ṣe. Wọ́n gbọ́ rúrú ẹbọ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọn ò rú. Ni wọ́n gbèrò àtòkèṣù wọn ò tiẹ̀ tù o. Nígbà tí wọ́n ṣòwò ọ̀jẹ́ tí wọ́n dé òde ọ̀jẹ́. Wọ́n sì rí eégún títí aṣọ wa ya mọ́ wọn lórí orúnkún. Wọ́n sì rí egúngún títí ẹ̀kú wa ya mọ́ wọn ẹ̀ka ọrùn o. Pẹ́pẹ́yẹ wa bọ́ tiẹ̀ bọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ò ṣe é bọ́ tán mọ́. Nígbà tó kù síbi ẹsẹ̀ rẹ̀ ńlọ́bà fábẹ́ rẹ̀ mọ́ bẹ́ o. Ni wọ́n wá ń kọrin ẹlẹ́yà mẹ́yà o. Ni wọ́n wá ń kọrin awolé lórí tantan. Náà wá ń wí báyìí pé pẹ́pẹ́yẹ bàtà tẹ̀sín ló gbé bọ̀sẹ̀ o. Pẹ́pẹ́yẹ bàtà tẹ̀sín ló gbé bọ̀sẹ̀ o. Pẹ́pẹ́yẹ bàtà tẹ̀sín ló gbé bọ̀sẹ̀ o. Pẹ́pẹ́yẹ. Ìlàgùntàn wa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí í dún eégún títí di lónìí pé àgò àgò bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àgùntàn ṣe ń dún di lónìí. Ẹ̀kú tí pẹ́pẹ́yẹ bọ́ ń tiẹ̀ títí tí ò ṣe é bọ́ tán náà nù ní ẹsẹ̀ rẹ̀ ń bí ifá tí wọ́n ń pè ní wòrì ọ̀rẹ́ kú bí ifá náà ti ṣe rí nu.
Sister, you've been on my mind. Sister, we're two of a kind soul. Sister, I'm keeping my eyes on you. I bet you think I don't know nothing about singing the blues. Oh, sister, have I got news for you? You're something. I imagine what she would wear had she been able to see the color purple. How she would have cried at the sounds of Suge Avery. My name is Nina Brewton. And this morning, I drank from a cup designed by the hands of Thea. I am wearing jewelry that has been curated by Anika. I have art in my home by the one Charles Philippe Jean-Pierre. We will hear more music from other beams of light that have found their way into the orbit that was the one, Risikat, Okedeyi. I welcome you on behalf of the family and the friends of this light source, this place of safety for so many of us, this powerful beam of light, this ultra light beam, if you will, that exposed the lies of colonization from DC to the DMV and throughout the world. This source of light who is a lamp on our path to a brighter future. Today, we be the light. As we draw closer to this light source, even as her physical body is no longer with us, those of you, as Baba said, who may not have really known her, you're here to honor her life today. And as you draw closer to those who do know her, may you be inspired by the light that is she. May you be inspired to be light in this world and continue the work that she has so effortlessly, or so it seems, so effortlessly given to this world. I wear her bangles, 3 of them, that in preparation for an event years ago, she said, here, wear this one and this one and this one. And I said, sis, what? Come on, this is too much. And she had necklaces on me, and I mean, she was adorning me with all the things she could find. And she had plenty to give. And I said, this is too much. And she said, I can't. Y'all know. She may have even cussed a little. She said, there's never too much. We can never be too much. Nina, you are never too much. I could tell stories about all the times we met at Silver Diner. And I could tell stories about how in those conversations she helped me to tap back into the power that I had begun to lose because of insecurities, because of colonization, because of where I've been in the world. She began to help me to unpack all of those things that had me convinced that I was too much. And she said, sis, don't ever think you are too much or that you are doing too much. If I ever feel you're not doing enough, I will let you know. And she did. And on a personal note, I have been through these past 2 years have been a major transition for my life. And I was so excited to be here in DC with her to begin to really tap into that power and to have her with me, to continue holding my hand as she did and continue being that safe space and going into her sanctuary to be with her when I needed respite. And now I will take her spirit with me wherever I go. I will sing songs to her. I will remember her power. And from this day forward, Risikat, I promise to never let anyone diminish my power ever again. Ashe. One of the other light beams, again, this is a community of people that I've known for over 20 years and have had the opportunity to kind of know. But Derrick Weston Browne is one of those poets that I've come to know even more closely as we continued our orbit around the sun. That is Risikat Iyabo Okedeyi.
Thank you. Yeah, I sat across from Risikat at those Silver Diners tables too. You know, we had talks and stuff. I'll say 2 things. You could always know when Risikat was arriving because you hear the bangles. And you always knew if you arrived after she had left that she was there because you could smell her. You all know that. I always think about that. This is called Water. Really quickly during the period where folks were, you know, there was a list, you know, like what can we give Risikat, you know, to help her, you know, during, you know, her treatment and everything. And so there was this type of water. It was the alkaline, ionized molecules and stuff. And I was like, okay, we're gonna get that water. So I remember ordering the waters. And when I got word on the road from North Carolina, you know, about her transition, I was just like, man. And I got mad at water for a little bit. Water for Risikat. It opens with a quote from a Cornelius Eady poem. The poem is called Nina's Blues, and the quote is, "We drum rest, we drum thank you, we drum stay." Water. If I had my way, Every ionized alkaline molecule in each one of those damn bottles I bought should have rinsed you clean of those colonizers huddled deep in the reaches of your inner space, attempting to dim your stardust, attempt to hawk your health. I wanted you risen. Black woman, fantastic, walking light and easy among us, soft and stern and whole. With your new lease on life, co-signed by the community that loved you, with fresh henna ink adorning every ill-placed poke, prod, and every invasive action that dared to insult your skin. I had dreams of water bottles and water bottles and water bottles, purifying that poison sent to rut out the white shadow, casing the parts of you that we loved, those parts it sought to steal. Your absence still has not settled into today's news. Your seat is still warm. And now I have bottles of water in a cart waiting to quench your thirst. And I must settle on the fact that these bottles are now libation ready, earthbound, bottles on top of bottles on top of bottles to quench our thirsty grief and ready the ground for our gratitude.
Rissy. For those who don't know, Risikat, I've known her for 20 years ago. She was my executive producer for my first album. She was my manager, my family. I think I met her when I went to a party that Rome asked me to come to. And I looked at her and I said, oh, I want her to be my manager. And I was bold enough, because Rissy, with this big, beautiful personality, can be intimidating for some people. And I went to her, I was like, I want you to be my manager. She said, let me think about it. And she said, yes. And so that really began the career. And Rissy created, I just want you all to know, we'll never know all that she's done, but just a few. She created the concept for my mixtape, Tamara in Wonderland, that ultimately landed me a record deal. She created the concept for an album inspired by Their Eyes Were Watching God, by our beloved Zora Neale Hurston. We love porches and overalls and straw hat, and she gave me her whole house to complete this album called Songs for Janie. So there aren't enough flowers for the love that she gave me by way of friendship and care and protection about our creative work. So I sing for you today, Euphoria from Songs for Janie. Imagine wherever you go, this love's always surrounding you, carry you through hurt and pain, but constantly can rest assured I've released everything I've ever known. Passion all up in my soul, no worries, 'cause I've been reborn. I want you to breathe, breathe on me. I've lost my mind, yeah. Rissy was saying, it feels so good to love this way again. This is the way I am now. I am free. Ooh, letting life breathe on me.
Greetings, everybody. My name is Gail Upchurch, and I was a colleague of Rissy. She was one of the first people in the department that I met. I do my work, or at least my office hours, in a cubicle, which is right next door to Rissy's and Odeana's. When I first got hired, I had a health challenge, a minor health challenge. And she pulled me in her office where there was a glowing crystal and incense and, right, all the smells that we remember about Rissy. And I told her everything, and she gave me the biggest hug. And we sat and we talked for a while. And she was explaining that she wasn't just a professor, right? Obviously she's a professor, par excellence. However, she wasn't just a professor. I said, well, tell me, what else is it that you do? And I think she probably giggled to herself. So, you know, she succinctly sort of laid it out, what she did. I nodded, and I was like, okay, that sounds like something. And she finished that conversation by saying, I'm kind of a big deal. And that was my entree to Rissy. And I said, ooh, okay. And in fact, she was and is a big deal, and she was so much of my life. I'm a newer member to the department, but I'll say that we were fast friends. And I just want to honor her by doing a couple of readings. I know the program said I would be reading from Zora Neale Hurston's Their Eyes Are Watching God. However, I switched it up. And I'm going to be reading from two pieces. One is an essay from Zora Neale Hurston. I'm hearing that that's her favorite author. And so I'll read that first. This is coming from How It Feels to Be Colored Me. And this is taken from an anthology whose title I absolutely adore. I love myself when I'm laughing, and then again when I'm looking mean and impressive. I am not tragically colored. There is no great sorrow dammed up in my soul, nor lurking behind my eyes. I do not mind it at all. I do not belong to the sobbing school of Negrohood who hold that nature somehow has given them a low-down, dirty deal, and whose feelings are all hurt about it. Even in the helter-skelter skirmish that is my life, I have seen that the world is to the strong, regardless of a little pigmentation more or less. No, I do not weep at the world. I am too busy sharpening my oyster knife. Sometimes I feel discriminated against, but it does not make me angry. It merely astonishes me. how can any deny themselves the pleasure of my company? It's beyond me. So that's the first reading, and I think about Rissy. The second is from a novel that I was reading to Rissy in the days shortly before she passed on. So I wanted to share it with you here. It's from Gloria Naylor's novel, Mama Day. And Mama Day, in that novel, if you've read it, you know that Mama Day is a conjure woman, modern-day conjure woman. This is an excerpt taken from George's perspective. This is largely a love story between George and Coco. And Coco is Mama Day's niece, but this is from the perspective of George. So I'll just read this. You see, there was no way for me to deny that you were there in front of me, and I couldn't deny any longer that I knew it would happen. You would be in my future. What had been captured and dismissed in a space too quickly for recorded time was now like a bizarre photograph that was developing in front of my face. I am passing you in the coffee shop. Your head is bent over your folded newspaper, and small strands of your reddish-brown hair have come undone from the bobby pins and lie against the curve of your neck. The feeling is so strong, it almost physically stops me. I will see that neck again. Not her, not the woman, but the skin that's tinted from amber to cream as it stretches over the lean bone underneath. That is the feeling I actually had, while the feeling I quickly exchanged it with was, I've seen this woman before. That can be recorded. It took a split second, but the glance at the side of your high cheekbones, pointed chin, slender profile, and I knew I was mistaken. I hadn't even seen you sitting those 3 tables away during lunch, but I remembered your waitress well. Her I had seen. And you had to have been there when she took your order and brought you whatever you were eating. And the fact is, I never saw you. Not when I stood up, reached into my pocket for change, passed the 2 tables between us, and didn't see you then until the neck bent over the newspaper. And it all could have been such a wonderful coincidence when you first walked in my office, a natural icebreaker for the interview, which I always hated, being forced to judge someone else. I could have brought up the final image of the weary slump, the open classifieds, and the shoes pulled off beneath the table. A woman looking for a job. We were looking for an office manager 5 blocks away. Afternoon interviews began at 1 o'clock, and it was 12:45. And just imagine, Miss Day, when I passed you, I said to myself, wouldn't it be funny if I saw her again? Except that it was terrifying when you sat down and then ran your hand up the curve of your neck in a nervous mannerism, pushing up a few loose hairs and pushing me smack into a confrontation with fate. Thank you.
Is this thing on? How y'all doing? Good, good, good. So today I'm Jabari Exum. Give yourselves a round of applause for truly being Risikat's wealth. My name is Jabari Exum, and since we're doing explanations, most of you guys don't know my full name, even my big brother Kokai. Jabari Kibwe Jawanze Ibn Yahya Exum. Brave, honorable, dependable son of John is my whole name. I have with me Amadou Kouyate and Lesina Martin. We are part of the legendary group Farafina Khan. And the song that Lesina is going to be singing is a Manding song, and the song translates to "My success follows me everywhere." Okay, all right. And when I was first asked to do this, I didn't know what we were doing. I didn't even know I was doing something with Lesina. So I just went into my U Street bag of tricks and started letting the Spirit encompass me. And I thought I was going to be rapping, you know what I'm saying? Or something like that. So I wrote a little something. Message of a messenger. Breathe life into space. Listen for and live through the intelligences that protect you and increase you. Listen to your body. Our ears ring, the hearts beat. Sound is a signal. How much can we hear? How well can we feel? And field our intelligence through self-awareness. Expand our intelligence through sensitivity. How much can we see through a small space? The human body. In a tight spot. When a limit is perceived. And what then is a drop of rain when it hits the ocean? It is one. We are one. The being of human. In places harder to see, allow sound, 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 sound itself to teach you and free your mind. Your mind.
Give thanks. All right, so I've just decided to ask for your help. Not help in the sense that this is a thing that I can't necessarily do by myself, but help in the sense that we're a community and we all do this thing together. If you can talk, you can sing, right? So I need your support. I need everybody to say, iyo sarama. Try that. Nyewala sufaka na wasarandonina. Iyo sarama. Nyewala wuribeka na wasarandonina. Ikawolobi nanula. Ikawolobi palula wa alakamotila. Iyo sarama. Nyewala sufaka na wasarandonina. Iyo sarama. Nyewala wuribeka na wasarandonina. Iyo sarama. Ikawolobi nanula. Ikawolobi palula wa alakamotila. Iyo sarama. Nyewala sufaka na wasarandonina. Nyewala sufaka na wasarandonina. Nyewala wuribeka na wasarandonina. Ikawolobi nanula. Ikawolobi palula wa alakamotila. Iyo sarama. Nyewala sufaka na wasarandonina. Nyewala wuribeka na wasarandonina. Nyewala sufaka na wasarandonina. Nyewala wuribeka na wasarandonina. Ikawolobi nanula. Ikawolobi palula wa alakamotila. Iyo sarama. Aha. Iyo sarama. Aha. Iyo sarama. Iyo sarama. Our sister, our teacher, Risikat. I did not know her well personally, but the times that we cross paths and the work that we do, I grew a great respect for her, and I knew that everything that she touches has success. That success follows her everywhere that she goes, And in joining me in this song, I'm asking that you call on that same energy. I'm asking that you call on that success. I'm asking that you call on that sense of can do, will do, must do, always do, gotta do, gonna do, did it, been there, done that. That energy, I want you to call on that as we are working here today and as we leave here with her spirit. So thank you.
Well, that is a hard act to follow. Good afternoon. My name is Odeana. I'm better known as the work wife. And I am deeply honored to speak today and pay tribute to Rissy. Anyone who knew Rissy knows that her connections run deep, and I'm extremely grateful to also call myself, in her words, a sister, a friend, and one of her soulmates. On her birthday last year, she gave me a gift of one of her eloquent, heartfelt voice texts, what she referred to as her old lady way of showing love, where she made sure I knew just how much I meant to her. It was a beautiful gift, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who was given such a gift. But that's who she was. I called her goddess because I knew from the moment I met her that I was in the presence of greatness. Of a woman who always came from a place of love and intentionality, a leader, a revolutionary who profoundly touched the lives of everyone she met. When I learned that Audre Lorde was one of her heroes, I was not surprised, as she too was a bold revolutionary woman who understood the power of love and living life intentionally and deeply. So today, I'd like to read an excerpt from Audre Lorde's essay, The Uses of the Erotic, as it speaks to Rissy's spirit, especially her greatness, or what I have always understood as her powerful capacity to tap into the deepest parts of the human psyche from a place of love, to stir and provoke others to be their best selves. Audre Lorde defines the word erotic as the personification of love in all its aspects, born of chaos and personifying creative power and harmony. She says, when I speak of the erotic, I speak of it as an assertion of the life force of women, of that creative energy empowered, the knowledge and use of which we are now reclaiming in our language, our history, our dancing, our loving, our work, our lives. She goes on to say it is never easy to demand the most from ourselves, from our lives, from our work. To encourage excellence is to go beyond the encouraged mediocrity of our society. She says, when we begin to live from within outward, in touch with the power of the erotic within ourselves, and allow that power to illuminate our actions upon the world around us, then we begin to be responsible to ourselves in the deepest sense. For as we begin to recognize our deepest feelings, we begin to give up, of necessity, being satisfied with suffering and self-negation, and with the numbness which so often seems like their only alternative in our society. Our acts against oppression become integral with self, motivated and empowered from within. Risikat Okedeyi lived every day like this, challenging all of the people she touched, whether they were students, colleagues, friends, or family, to demand the most from ourselves and to live from within outward. The void she leaves is vast, but all of us who were fortunate enough to know her are better people because of her. Thus, she lives on in all of us. And I miss you, boo.
Peace, family. My name is Ayanna Gregory, and my sister Free Benjamin. This piece, this offering that we'd like to share. One, yes. This offering we have to share for our sister was created yesterday. Thus, I'm referring to my lyrics. One, two. Father returns. Have you ever dreamed? Have you ever seen a goddess in physical form? She agreed to come and show us how it's done, and now she has left us transformed. Have you ever dreamed? Have you ever seen a goddess in physical form? She agreed to come and show us how it's done, her destiny written before she was born. And can you believe that her light has opened the way? And can you conceive she has changed our world in a day? And can you believe that her light has opened the way? And can you conceive that she has changed our world in a day? Higher, 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 higher. She go higher, higher. Oh, higher, higher, higher. Rissy, a force of nature you are, somewhere up there curating the stars. She probably conspiring with Mars. We know you're Venus. We know you've seen this all before. Yeah, thank you for opening so many doors. Open her up the way. Yeah. She brought the blueprint, manifestor, fierce protector, divine connector. Risikat, believe that. Oh, Risikat. She received that. She could see that. So unapologetically black. Bringing our divinity back, full integrity intact. Hey. Accessible goddess you are. She humble for a superstar. Thank you for stimulation. Thank you for liberation. I thank you for your creation. Thank you for elevation. Now it's time for your graduation. Oh, oh, oh. It's time for your graduation. Oh, time for graduation. Her work here was done. Oh, she been here before. Hey. That's why when she looked at you and looked at me, she said, what you waiting for? What you waiting for? Kick down the door. Oh, she go higher now. It's time for elevation, her graduation, this stimulation. Can you feel it? Risikat, receive it. She can see that. She go higher now. She go higher now. Oh, higher, 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 higher. Just like Fela and Nina and Sunrise, you are Iabo. She's back, she's black. She gone back to the future, but she's still here, she's also there. Is she so clear, master of her destiny, clearing a path for you and me, walking in her divinity, she's free. Receive, receive. She free, just like Fela and Nina and Sunrise. You are star, a force of nature. You are somewhere up there curating the stars, probably conspiring with Mars. We know you're Venus. We know you've seen this all before. Thank you, Mama, for opening so many doors. Opener of the way. I remember everything you'd say. Manifester, impactor, fierce protector, divine connector. Rissy, now you're free. Rissy, now you be. Rissy, now you free. Rissy, now you be eternal. Rissy, now you free. Rissy, now you be eternal. Rissy, now you free. Rissy, now you be creativity. Rissy, now you free. Ancestral wisdom. Rissy, now you be the ritual and the magic. Rissy, now you free. Rissy, now you be. You are the medicine. You are the medicine. You are the light of God that never fails. You win. Because you win, we win. What a powerful force we have on the other side. Mother has returned. Can y'all do that with us? Everybody say. Everybody sing. Mother has returned. Everybody sing. Mother has returned. Higher, higher, higher now. Yeah. Higher, higher, higher. Rissy, now you're free. Rissy, now you be eternal. Higher, 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 high, high, so high, so high. The
mother has returned.
Higher, 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 high. Ooh, ooh, oh,
Risikat love experience. Risikat love experience. That's what we have right here, y'all.
Experience, I say.
Risikat love experience.
Ashe,
Ashe, oh.
Ashe, Ashe, oh.
Ashe. And now, Bassey, I would like to invite you to the stage.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bassey. Only Kat would have me on stage barefoot wearing all these colors. If you know me, I'm a neutral girl. Can I cuss in here? When Kat came into my life, I wasn't ready. And when she left, I wasn't ready. Just to, one day, 17 years ago, she let me stay in her house, and she fed me. She let me just sleep on the couch and be on the couch and be in her house because I was trying to make a decision. That decision turned 17 November 30th. So I owe a lot to her. A kaleidoscope in a dark room is just broken glass for Kat. Risikat, tell us how to turn that December into poetry. Show us how to carry this winter in our bones. Show us how when all we long for is your return. Red bindi on forehead, palms like parchment drying in the sun for those ink-colored locks falling like halo around your face. You were angel for us. Ancestor too soon. Do you know what you did? Kat, you left us with steel fused to our spines, heads held high like the truth of us being some cloud formation. You loved us until we were incredible because your love for us was incredible. But what would we be without you, Risikat? An unremarkable spring, a moon bottled and packed away. Instead, we are. Do you know what you did? You said you were a break glass in case of emergency friend. We said you were our secret weapon. So we carry you in our back pocket as though our lives depended on it because our lives depended on it. Do you know what you did, Risikat? How you created a family, showed us how to spin light into broken glass, called it music. Do you know what you did? You asked us to laugh, said we would curl into a candy ribbon of dance, asked us to be sweet for you, said we should be joy for you. But it's okay to miss you. We try to be music out here, like flute or the hollow of bone without marrow, without blood, like hearts breaking in unison, like wind forgetting how to move. Is it okay to miss you? Do you know what you did? You taught us to fix our eyes on the sky. We look for you now in starlight, in moon, in a sun much dimmer without you. Every day an unlocked memory. Language, silence, bones to power, blew dust across pages, took us across stages, across lifetimes, across hearts too heavy to dance, but we magic for you. We purple, no, we gold. We honeyed, we bold. You showed us how to live bold. How do we repay you? How does May repay the spring? How does the ocean repay the rain? How does music repay dance? What do we tell the night when even the stars beg for your return? Show us how to create rainbows out of these blues, how to turn these tears into diamonds. Show us how to turn this grief into gold, into purple, into magic, into you. So you know what you did. You took our broken glass. You made us kaleidoscope.
I kept thinking, sitting out here, she really missed out on getting advertisements from Silver Dollar. She could have got some money from them. And I got dressed this morning, I thought, are these shoes too much? And like my sister said, they knew too much. It's never too much. They are a little too much. I'm gonna take them off while I sing. She called me little sister. I don't really work with numbers, so I'm not going to say when we met or what year it was, but it was a long time ago, and I kind of gauge it off of remembering the blue van. Now she all fancy with that little Cooper. But I'm going to miss the red couch. I don't know what it is about that old-ass couch, but boy, you will get some sleep. Good sleep on that red couch. She was my friend. She was my sister. I'm gonna try to sing this song and just bring it back to full circle how she be operating, because the song I was gonna sing, I'm not gonna sing it. I'm gonna sing the song that I sang for her the first time I met her. I'm gonna try to sing it. I don't know about my future, but I know what Jesus said, and for he knows what lies ahead. Many things about tomorrow I don't seem to understand, but I know who holds tomorrow, and I know who holds my hand, who holds my hand.
As we complete this record on the B side, it is my hope that we're all able to take the pieces of this life that we've, I'm sorry, I just read Sealy Fingers. I don't know why that got me weak. Because part of it is because I love watching her hands. I love the way her hands move. And so to imagine them cursing, cursing someone in Sealy Fingers style tickles me to no end. This beautiful album cover, if I may, was designed by Hadia Williams. It's amazing, so many of the people that I know from within Risikat's orbit are often people of few words, but powerful and intentional work. She was a voice for many and provided space for many. And it is my hope that as we leave here today and continue to reflect on the life of this incredible spirit, that we continue to bloom within her light. And here I want to read this because it's just so beautiful. The lingering confuses you. I worry you will never reach fruition and that your buds will fall unfulfilled, a mere possibility in the shadow of the lingering. But you surprise me. I look out to see you flourishing in spite of. The lesson, bloom regardless of your circumstances. And with that, as we reflect on the life of our beloved Risikat Iyabo Okedeyi, may we hear her voice and remember her spirit.
Every day is different. I'm being challenged in a lot of ways to reflect on my life and celebrate things and evolve past others. And so this is all very difficult in some ways, but the gratitude is there because I'm surrounded by so much love and support, and I really am quite the lucky girl in that regard.
To me, God is everywhere. I believe that we're all part of a larger source, and we all return to that, regardless of your religious perspective. These systems, to me, are dangerous. Religious systems are dangerous because it gives too much power to people and doesn't let people think for themselves. And even when people do think for themselves, some of the material that they're using, I think, is a little flawed. And so personal intuition is really about understanding where in your body your God source sort of lives. So mine lives in my gut. And there are different ways to access that, whether it's through meditation or whether it's through certain, rituals that you do and whatever. But yeah, the idea of the intuition is that it's there. It's always been there. We're all of the divine. We're all of the divine.
Alafia, everyone. I'm Odutola. I'm Risikat's sister, and this is my brother, Muhammad, our brother. Thank you all for everything. From the water, sitting with her around the clock, whether you drove, flew, by boat, or even walked around the corner. We thank you so much for everything. I have on lipstick today. She always like, when you gonna put on some lipstick? I need, you need to wear lipstick every day. So I have on lipstick today, sis. I give thanks to all of you. She has a beautiful village. beautiful village. And she welcomed everyone. And we thank you so much. One of the things I'm going to say is that she wants you to cry and get it out and laugh and everything. She wants to celebrate. If you have an ancestor practice, that is, you are in good hands. If you don't, I suggest you get one. I suggest you get one because the relationship you had with her did not change, just a position. It's still the same. She's going to communicate with you the same way she communicated when she was here with us in this earth realm. You're going to have to find other ways to see her. And don't miss it, because she told me down there, she's like, some of them are going to miss it. Don't miss it. It's not going to be all big, like it's big all the time. It's going to be little subtle ways. So don't miss it. Don't miss her. But you cannot grieve and have a relationship at the same time. You're either going to have one or the other. So take your time to grieve and then get back to the relationship you had with Risikat. She has brought the family closer together, and also her friends closer together. I've met a lot of her friends that I didn't know, and I've gotten closer to the ones that I did know. And I appreciate you all. You have something? You want something?
I'm sorry, I'm just a bit short for words. So in the Quran it says that with hardship comes ease. And over the last year, watching my sister suffer from cancer, you guys have been the ease. Honestly, thank you so much. All the friends, the village, the doctors, the hospitals. You guys have actually been the ease. You guys have made everything easier, and I really appreciate it. I don't have enough words to express my gratitude towards everyone. Everyone's been reaching out to me, my family, and I deeply appreciate it, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. I'm sorry.
We appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. So now that the crew has been assembled, let's get this party started, because it's time to party, it's time to celebrate. That's right, Ayo. So I want to say Ibaye to Risikat Iyabo Okedeyi. Ibaye to Risikat Iyabo Okedeyi. Ibaye to Risikat Iyabo Okedeyi. I'm looking forward to having more conversation with you, sis.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And now, the King Stroll. If we can invite brothers, friends to the stage, and you can take your final stroll and carry on the spirit of Risikat Iyabo Okedeyi. And let me tell y'all, she said, as we continue in this celebration and we meet tonight to dance, she said, get your crying out here, okay? She said, you can't cry on the dance floor. So we'll have a nice little corner for you at Eaton if you need. I'll find some space for you. But we do not want the brothers to be alone. So you may come and take your place, led by the Rome Anderson. The vibe conductor himself. Don't be shy, brothers. Come on.
What's